Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's been a very, very long time since I've been here. And this is the reason why. So, sources guided me, and angels, archangels, they want me to share my experience with you. But the reason why I haven't been on and haven't been posting videos is because part of my mission is has been dealing with demons and the darkest of dark, reptilians and such, for the last 2 years. So I could not go on YouTube because of that reason. This is a story my guides, galactics, and source wants you to know. And I wrote the message because it's so long and there's so much to share that I could get mixed up. So this will keep me in line, if you know what I mean. So, first, I want all of you to know I've not been on this channel because of a mission of mine, which I was not aware of and showed up unexpectedly. I've been encased with dealing and eradicating the darkest of dark off this planet for the last 2 years. I was not able to post any videos because um, any of their dark energies would transfer to you. First, you need to understand and realize why Earth has been the way it's been for the last 12 billion years. The darkest of dark, reptilians, grays, demons, wrote all the rules that you all currently follow. And those who are fully awake are aware, but those who are not awake have absolutely no clue. We all carry darkness, and it is your job to realize that and come to terms with it, and then balance your darkness with your light and even it out. Is what I'm trying to say. A lot of people who aren't aware of this and refuse to do this is because they carry way too much fear. But it is necessary if you want to ascend. The term "the light is one" means just that, because all who have been kept, who keep spreading their light, have raised the frequency of Earth so high that the light has overcome the darkness. The darkness has been very, very powerful. So this is great news because we have one, but I would not hesitate to say that more darkness has been on this planet than not. And this has been the holdup of ascension. Just like for an example, if there was, I don't know, 30 billion people on planet Earth, then I would say that out of the 30 billion, probably 27 billion are dark, and you don't even know it. There are so many people who roam this planet that are connected with darkness that profess to be the light or star seeds or about love and light, and they're nothing about that. So, the term "the light is one" means that you need to keep spreading your light and raise the frequency on Earth. And that is what did it. So, ridding this planet of darkness has been a major task put upon all who have risen the most high and who are a threat to them. So, I'm not the only person. A lot of the 144s and star seeds have been a threat to them. Excuse me. And if you are part of the 144, then you know what I'm talking about. Going back to my statement that they made all the rules are this. Everything you know on earth or what you were taught while you've been growing up has been a lie created by the darkness. So that would be all your relationships, all your pharmaceuticals, all your education, the medical field, all the politicians, government organizations, schools, colleges, job force, society rules, how to extend your lives through your food or exercise, your history, phony advertising, taxes, price hikes, gas and electric. Are you getting the picture? The only way to survive is to ignore it all, to never turn on the news. And if you do decide to watch television, to make sure that you don't fall into the traps of their programs, because that's what TV is. It's a program. It programs you. It's not a program to watch for entertainment. It's a program that programs you down the road of their thoughts, their lies they have spread and you've all followed on earth. So the only way to survive is to ignore everything you think you know and start fresh by only seeing the positive and the beauty of earth, being grateful every day, working on your self-love, um, by first knowing the true meaning of love, because most people have no clue what love really means because you were taught love from the darkness. This is why there are divorces. This is why relationships don't last. This is why people get bored. And then it's also created a whole bunch of other people who don't want to get into a relationship because they fear of getting hurt. Well, it's set up for you to get hurt because you follow the lie. So find out what true love means. And I'll give you a little hint because I've put it on some of my other videos before. It's definitely not about relationships. It's not about finding your person with others. It's your relationship with yourself. It's about putting yourself first, which you were taught that you are selfish if you do that. If you don't put yourself first, if you feel guilty, if you do things for others because you feel like you have to, you should, not because you want to, these are all the things that you are telling yourself that you don't love yourself because everybody else in the world is much more important than you. And you suffer for it. I find that it's important for all of you to understand that this is your only way to freedom and ascension. You have all been controlled by fear. This is why the news is negative. The movies, the TV programs, like I mentioned before, programs programming you. Society rules, religious rules, judgments, God are also all lies. How many of you have hated God, angered towards God, because you were taught through religion that if you were a good little girl or boy and you did everything you're supposed to do, you would not go to hell. And on Judgment Day, God would let you go to heaven. There is no Judgment Day. There is no heaven and hell. And there is no death, which I've mentioned in other videos. This world has been about separation, competition, all acting against your true self. Universal laws were put into place to educate you on the rules to follow, yet no one was taught universal laws. Gee, I wonder why. Is this starting to make sense? There's no such thing as conspiracy theories or conspiracy theorists. That was made by the cabal. So you wouldn't follow them and follow their lies instead, because all conspiracies are truths. There are many people who don't believe in the darkness, who think demons are in your life and it's your own fault. And that is so untrue. And that's the blame yourself program you've all fallen into. Some still follow it. Something must be wrong. It must be you, right? Think about when you go to the doctor. What are they doing? They're searching for something that's wrong with you. That's how they're trained. You're here to find out what's wrong with you. Even if you feel perfectly fine, oh my God, there must be something wrong with you. This is why I don't go to doctors. You can heal yourself. God put plants on this planet of herbs that are much, much more powerful than any pharmaceutical you can buy that was created in a laboratory. So, who has more power, God or a laboratory? Think about that one. Now, this is how it all began. One of my many missions is also crossing over lost souls. People who experience death, there is no death, and are still dealing with karma. So they don't go home, because once you disconnect from your body, you just go home. If you don't go home, you become lost. Now you're the ghost that people fear and talk about, and all the lies they put on television about ghosts. Or, gee, if you have a ghost in your house, it must be because someone died in your house, or your home was built on top of a gravesite. Not true. Not true. Ghosts are lost souls who don't go to the light and who come across humans who don't know to send them to the light. So that's why they run around, because they don't know what else to do. So it's actually your job. If you ever think you have a ghost in your house, just tell them, go to the light. That's your home. So anyway, um, one day a demon happened to come through. One of my lost souls was a demon. I wasn't really familiar with them, to be honest with you. And this particular person said he couldn't go to the light. They wouldn't let him in. And I had to think about that for a minute. So who can't get into the light? Darkness, evil, demons. I mean, you can murder someone and still go to the light. That's a whole other story. But if you're a demonic, you're reptilian, you're totally, truly just darkness, you can't go to the light. So that's why this person couldn't go to the light. Part of my mission is healing people who cross over, because a lot of them are confused and sad and scared. But let me say that sage, salting your windows, medicine balls, praying, etc., does not stop them, does not affect them, not one bit. That only works for negative energies, but not the darkest of dark. So I've been harassed since the age of 4 by demons. All my closest friends were my friends because they were demons, but I didn't know. I was not aware. All the men I dated after my 3rd divorce were demons, sent by demons, influenced by demons to contact me, and then given the information of what I like and what I'm looking for. So when they would connect with me on, a dating app, they would know everything I wanted to hear. This is how I got trapped into that situation. When lost souls come through, they are blocked from seeing you. But when the darkest of dark comes through, they are not blocked at all. They can see your house. They can see you dressed, undressed, taking a shower, going to the bathroom. You have zero privacy in your own home. They hear all your thoughts because they connect to you that way. So they're around me 24 hours a day, plotting, planning, and scheming my demise, trying to make me angry and trying to make me insane, to let me say there were days that they succeeded. I was imprisoned in my own body. Think about it. All my thoughts are not my own. So if I liked something, they knew it. They destroyed it. They have this, and I really don't know what it is. I'll just say, like, it's either their mind, because they really, well, who knows if they have a hand? I don't know. I don't know, but they create fire and sharpness so they can pierce you. It's my understanding they used to pierce Jesus. So they pierced my hand, like here, and they found the nerve and they would hit it constantly, sometimes 24 hours a day. Excruciating pain, nothing you can do to stop it. And it would travel all up my arm. Sometimes it felt like they were digging deep and deeper and deeper into it. And then they would mess with my shoulder. They crippled my back, my legs. They messed with my teeth, created $2,000 worth of dental work. So, anyway, this sharp thing, I don't know how they do this. One morning, I woke up with my foot stuck in my sheet. Now, you know, the bottom sheet, the one that tucks into your mattress, was cut from my foot all the way up to my crotch. It looked like someone took a knife or a scissors and did it. They did that. They cut my nails. If I'm looking at my nails and go, wow, my nails are finally growing, in 5 minutes, I would see them all being cut off. They put implants in me. They burned my feet. I even had the number 33 etched on my feet. I had to use fresh aloe vera, but it took me a month to figure out what would work the best. Just try to heal it. I mean, I could start to heal it and then it would keep coming back because they kept attacking my feet. Then they would make it itch really bad. But even though they burned it, they've stabbed me, they've cut me, they've cut my face, they've cut my fingers. Uh, I don't feel it. I only feel the after effects of it. But while they're cutting me or burning me, I don't feel it. And the reason is because pain is not from God. Suffering does not come from God. In fact, if someone was shot, they wouldn't feel it because God takes them instantly out of their body. Now, you see they're screaming, they're yelling, and all of that kind of stuff. But if they live through it, you could ask 1 million people who've been stabbed or raped or whatever, mutilated, ask them if they felt it. 1 million people will tell you no. So you need to understand that too. Um, they poked holes in all my clothes that I liked. They would break one shoe of a pair that I liked, or they would steal it. They stole stuff out of my suitcase. A what do you call carry-on suitcase in an airplane. While I'm sitting in an airplane flying wherever I'm going, items were taken out of my suitcase from them. They can do that too. This is why salt and stuff doesn't work. People don't get that, but it doesn't work. They tried to burn my apartment down 3 times. They once almost succeeded too. During the summertime, they broke my air conditioning. During the winter, they broke my heater. They broke my hood fan. They broke the light in my refrigerator. While I'm mopping the floor, they broke my mop. I have my own personal shopping cart. I would put it in my car when I'd go grocery shopping. I shop in bulk, so can't carry it all back here. So I put a card in my back seat of my car, and it's perfectly fine. And then when I come home and take it out, it's totally busted. If I was baking cookies, they would turn the heat off, or they would turn the temperature up so high it would burn. If I had a timer on, they would stop the timer. I even put something in a microwave once. I timed it for 30 seconds. They kept that 30 seconds to last for a half an hour because I forget, I'm not paying attention, and the microwave is still going. They'd cripple my back, cripple my legs. They tripped me over rocks, landed on my knee, which was excruciating pain for over a month. I had a huge knot on my knee. I went to the forest one time, and I had my key fob in my pocket, and they took that. Thank God I have, tow service who came and got me, but it cost me over $350 just to replace it. Like I said, if I liked something, they destroyed it. And it just got progressively worse. And the demons do different things than the grays do. And the grays do different things than the reptilians do. And with my vision at night, sometimes I would close my eyes and it looked like there was like 1 billion grays and reptilians in my house, like wall to wall. They would wake me up after an hour that I went to sleep. You can see why I've been suicidal, or I was. I was verbally abused because they can see me, and I won't even tell you the things that they said. Politicians also came through. Politicians who sold their souls to the demons or whoever for more power. Now, all the politicians wanted more power. They got tricked. They didn't know they were selling their soul to demons and reptilians and grays. And so they had clones made of them, and they were taken off the planet. They told me all of this while they're in my house. And we're talking politicians, not only from the United States, but from all the countries, even Ukraine. Now, one thing, I don't know if I can say this magical, is like I had notes written down for the ghosts, not for the demons, but this was before the demons. And anyone could come to my house from any country, not know a thing about English, but could read my post because whoever came through, God changed the writing for them in their language. And with the politicians and everyone else who came through, who some didn't speak English, you talk in your mind. We only use our mouth on earth. We don't use it anywhere else. This is how I talk to all the animals and how I talk to everyone else. I talk to people who pass over, talk to them, same way. Here, not here. I can. Sometimes I do just because it's more natural for me, but just letting you know. Um, so I was completely imprisoned. I tried everything. And then I made a post on Facebook for help, and a lady contacted me who made my life 10 times worse. She told me she deals with demons and she could help me. And she pretended to be a demon slayer, but was actually a very powerful demon herself. So 3 months that I dealt with her, she increased my demon load tenfold. And stories that she told me about myself that were not true were so dreadful that I cried sometimes for 3 days. So ashamed of what she told me that I did. And I did none of it. I put holy water all over my house, medicine balls, sage, everything. Dragon's blood, incense I burned. Nothing stopped them. Nothing. They would call me a bitch. They would call me evil. They would laugh at me. They would talk about my body parts. So let's fast forward to now, because you got the picture and how they almost succeeded on ending my life. I do have a lot of guides. I getting signs that they were leaving on the 13th. And every month when the 13th showed up, I thought it was that month, but it was never those months, and I would get depressed again. But they had me pretty much convinced that August the 13th was going to be the last day. But instead of my life getting a million times better, it got 20 gazillion times worse from that day forward. For 3 weeks, I kept getting signs. Oh, I did have my team here, team of dragons. The galactics were here, angels were here, archangels were here, Lumerians were here, helping me, stopping them from harming me. So I would tell them, they're attacking my hand. Could you please get them to stop? And sometimes within 10 minutes, it would stop. But sometimes it took 8 hours to stop because there was just too many of them for even them to handle. So what happened on August the 13th? You won't even believe this. If I didn't experience it, I don't even think I would believe it. It is just so sci-fi. So yes, they were gone, but they placed an insanity net over me. And then they put a program in place, programmed me. Here I thought, haha, you're all dying while they're plotting and scheming the things that they can do. So this program only allowed me to see what they wanted me to see. And so obviously from this insanity net and their programs, I was going more and more and more and more insane. I was now when I was attacked and I called the angels or galactics or whomever to stop them, Didn't happen. No one could stop them. I started seeing bubbles, yellow bubbles, like on top of my counter. And I would ask, is that contamination? And my guides would go, yes. And then they would put black circles on my shower floor. I have a bathtub shower. And I stepped on one once and a demon got inside of me. That's what those were for. And then I don't have hardwood floors. I have cheap floors, but let's just say they look like hardwood. They probably cost 2 cents a square foot. In any case, I could still see the black spots on the floor. So what I had to do is cover my counters. I had to cook my meals and cover my meals while they were cooking. And some of them even weren't supposed to be covered. I had to wear shoes. Whenever I left my bed or off a chair or whatever, I had to have shoes on or I would get attacked. Well, I'd have them enter into my body. I I don't know if you could even imagine what that whole situation is like. Is it you can't step on anything, you can't really touch anything, and you have to be completely aware and analyze every little situation in your house to protect yourself. Um, I hardly ate anything. There's two reasons for that. It really didn't have anything to do with them, but it doesn't matter. The point of the matter was, even though I hardly ate anything, they had done something to my food and I gained like 20 pounds. Every day I got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm not eating anything. If I added up all my calories of the day, it would be under 1,000. You don't gain 20 pounds eating under 1,000 calories a day. So I was holding a bottle of opioids in my hand and I was ready to swallow them. And then a guide told me, no, go to Facebook and do another post. Now there's two things. I was afraid to do a post because I didn't want to get hooked up with another demon, and I I just didn't know what to do. But lo and behold, this time I did make a post and I did get comments again about from people who demons don't exist. If you're around darkness, it's because you created it for yourself. Well, if you've been taught that, told that, sorry, it is not true. Um, this time, a shaman who only deals with the dark contacted me on my post. So I do have Archangel Michael cards. So I went to Archangel Michael cards I wanted to ask Archangel Michael if I could trust this person. So I go get my cards. I connect with Archangel Michael. It's in a box. I open the box. I didn't even have to pull out my cards. There was a card sitting on top of all the cards that were face down. This one was face up. And it said, you can trust the person that you're asking about. I didn't even touch the cards. So I asked Archangel Michael, is this the message? Yep. So I followed it, trusted it, and thank God I did because she saved my life. So she rescued me. They are all out of my house. They can't hear me. They can't see me. They can't do anything to me anymore. But they didn't leave gone. They're outside my window. I mean, I don't see them, but that's where they are. They can't harm me. I now have full protection, but they're just not gone for good. You need to know that. They're still around. They're still harassing other people. In fact, if you know of anyone, if you have any friends who are being attacked, then have them contact me and I will refer them to the shaman. This is why Source wants you to know this, wants you to spread light and love energy every single day, as many times as you can, to get rid of this darkness. And spread the light, spread it all over. Now, what I've been doing is just telling myself, because you are light, I am light. All you have to do is know that this is what you are, believe it, and just go. I'm increasing my light 10 times fold, and I'm spreading it all to you. Now, anyone who could read oars could probably see my light because it's very strong. And this is what you all need to do. Now, on another note, before I end this video, is sage grows in my neighborhood, and I collected tons of it because I was burning it 3, 4, 5 times a day, was going through it like crazy, kept getting more and more and more and more sage. And then I was going like, when they're gone, do I still need sage? And a guide came to me and said, yes, because you're going to be dealing with more darkness from humans. So I wasn't really sure what exactly they were talking about, but yesterday I found out what they were talking about. So now there are humans on this planet right now that are dark, but they're not demonic. They have demons in them, but they're not true demons, I'm trying to say. So they could actually get new souls or go to the light and get worked on. Do you see what I'm saying? But they're here. They've been their minions. A lot of them are controlling the clones. Their queen has been doing that. I've been told she's dead. Demons do it. They control them. So we need to get them off and get them to stop controlling these clones and these humans. So now there's a lot of humans that are leaving the planet. Of course, there's good humans, but there's also dark humans. And yeah, I got blessed with them yesterday. That just started yesterday. I had 9 or 10. Now, when souls come through, they're not evil. Like I said, I can smell them. If they've been in a mine and they died from a mine explosion, they hadn't taken a bath in a long time, they come here, I can smell that. I can feel them. So there are, I've been having babies come to me, lost babies, some of them 3 months old, but I can talk to them. They can talk to me. Mind is how you talk to anyone. Talk to your autistic child that way too. Anyway, these babies are extremely depressed because they can't read anything. They don't know where they are. And where do you go when you don't go to the light? You go to the darkness where all the demons go. That's where you go. That's where the ghosts go, the lost souls go. All the people are leaving the planet. That's where they go. So they're all in darkness now, and they're all scared. But I have notes, and it says all the truth and just to go to the light, and they go. But then there's those who were in some kind of church, and they're all over the world, in all the countries, that taught their people that God said the light is bad. So they refused to go to the light. And this is where my healing comes in again, because now I have to heal these people. Well, you know what I mean. I don't say I have to. I'm healing them too. It's my job. It's okay. I don't have a problem with it. Don't get me wrong if that's how it sounded. But I can't you can't even believe it. They're like, I'm not going to the light. But my higher self would come through and whatever they needed to hear would come out of my mouth and go to them. And sometimes it was, look, aren't you logical? Did you go outside while you were alive in the daytime? Is there a light on you? Was that bad? No. So why would the light be bad? Or if you still don't believe me, why don't you just stay where you are in the darkness and then you can hang out with all the demons? They leave quick. So, do you see? This is how it is. This is truth. This is pure truth. You've never heard of it before. Maybe you've heard some of it before. Most of you are not even aware of the things that I'm telling you. If you ever want to know what is true, check your heart. How does it feel? What she says, does that feel right? You hear something on the news. Does it make you angry? Anger makes anything that makes you angry is a lie. Simple. That's how it works. So, anyway, I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to educate you. And it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to follow through, you want to spread light or not. That's all up to you. But anyway, I thank you for joining. And I hope you all enjoyed my video. Bye.